Prison in May 2016, people couldn't believe what they were seeing. The man who went in back in 2014 wasn't the same one who came out. Gone was the bloated, lean belly, and in its place was a six-pack. His face looked slimmer, his skin looked healthier, and even his tweets switched up, from wild, rugged energy to daily inspirational quotes. He chalked it all up to quitting drugs and living clean, but some fans weren't buying it. The changes were so drastic that the internet went crazy with a new conspiracy. Gucci wasn't Gucci anymore. He was a clone.
Smoking pounds of weed and just doing all kind of drugs, and just the whole way I was just handling myself before I went to jail was just so negative. It just, it showed in my body.
Government, specifically the CIA, cloned him to clean up trap music. Rapper Mac Brazy, who claimed to have shared a mental health floor with Gucci in prison, the real Gucci was dead, probably killed in prison. Executive, it described a secret meeting in 1991 just outside LA. About 25 to 30 industry insiders were there, and according to the letter, the agenda was simple, but gangster rap to make prison owners rich. The letter claimed that these execs had major investments in private prisons, which made money based on how many inmates they held. The more crime-inspired music kids listened to, the more likely they'd land in prison, and have added fuel to this theory. Too Short recalled being pushed by exec Barry Weiss to make his raunchiest album, even though he wanted to go positive. Ice Cube, in a 2023 interview with Bill Maher, bluntly said, "The same people who own the labels own the prisons."
Who benefits and profits off our bickering and our division? But if you follow the money, you go high enough, you start to see literally the same people who own the labels own private prisons. It seems really kind of suspicious, if you want to say that word.
This day, people close to him aren't buying it. In the months before his death, Pimp C was on a mission to expose what he saw as the dirty secrets of the rap game. Through Ozone magazine, he called out undercover gay rappers, alleged snitches like Lil Troy, and criticized Young Jeezy for abandoning BMF. With that kind of outspokenness, people say he might have made powerful enemies.
And I just left the penitentiary, and man, the little time was that was the punk down. Doing 25 and anything over one digit was staying up guy. You know what I'm talking about, old punk ass. And while I'm talking about it, there's a whole bunch of you rappers that's in the closet.
The details surrounding his death only raised more suspicion.
Football player with a lot of street ties who was just dipping his feet into the music industry. Now there's a long-running conspiracy theory that Suge Knight was actually the one who killed Eazy-E. Suge Knight made an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live following his release from jail. During the interview, he shockingly revealed that his preferred method of eliminating someone is the Eazy-E thing.
It's a new thing, right?
Yeah.
See, if somebody gonna do something about it, see, technology is so high, right?
Right.
So if you shoot somebody, you go to jail forever. So the kids, you don't want to go to jail forever, right? So they got this new thing out there. People sell them all the time. They got this stuff they call, that's a slow death. The Eazy-E thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
no. Combined with his music, sparked the theory that Juice didn't die, he staged it. In his song Legends, he rapped, "What's the 27 Club? We ain't making it past 21. He died at 21. In All Girls Are the Same, he compared himself to John Lennon, who was killed on December 8th, the same day Juice died. Fans thought the coincidences were too eerie.
Running Jay's entertainment empire and a sports agency. But her story didn't start in the boardrooms or at Super Bowl halftime shows. It started in the shadows of the federal justice system. Back in 1994, Perez got popped for 35 kilos of cocaine. That's not a small-time bust. That's enough to bury you under the prison system for decades. But instead of disappearing behind bars, Perez flipped the script. According to court transcripts that surfaced years later, the New York Daily News got hold of them back in 2015. She cut a deal with the DEA. She strapped on wires, recorded meetings with high-level traffickers, and helped federal agents crack open drug rings from Puerto Rico to Colombia. For years, this was insider gossip in the music world, whispered about but never fully confirmed. Then came the bombshell. In January 2021, on his way out of office, Donald Trump pardoned Perez. The official stood to lose too much if he was gone. From there, fans started pulling together evidence. First, they looked at his face. People compared pictures of Eminem from the early 2000s to his comeback years and pointed out major changes. His jawline, his bone structure, even his eyes. One fan summed up the feeling by saying, "Yeah, I believe he's a clone. It doesn't even look like him anymore, and his eyes are dead." On top of that, his body looked drastically different. Before his hiatus, Eminem had a fuller build. When he came back, he looked thinner, almost sickly at times. Some fans even said he looked anorexic. Some even called it robotic. Then his style was much darker. Gone was the wild Slim Shady clowning around in colorful videos. Now he was dressed in all black with music that felt more serious and intense.
And secretly control world governments, corporations, and other influential institutions. According to the theory, these reptilian beings can assume human form and have been manipulating global events for centuries to maintain control over humanity and establish a totalitarian world government. The theory was popularized in the 1990s by David Icke, a British writer and former sports broadcaster who claimed that many world leaders, including prominent figures such as the British royal family, US presidents, and other elites, are either reptilian themselves or are controlled by reptilians. Icke's work in the sudden murder of Oswald by a nightclub owner, Jack Ruby, 2 days later. Skeptics question how Oswald, a relatively unknown figure, could have orchestrated the killing of such a high-profile target alone. Some theorists argue that multiple gunmen were involved, pointing to the grassy knoll as a second possible shooting location. Numerous conspiracy theories emerged, bringing in various different people and organizations into the assassination, including the CIA, the FBI, the Soviet Union, and even Kennedy's own vice president, Lyndon B. Johnson. Many believe the government covered up crucial evidence, such as medical records and surveillance footage, to conceal the true perpetrators and their motives, which range from
just after taking off for Florida in perfect weather, suddenly plummeted to the ground. Along with 8 passengers, Aaliyah, a young Brooklyn native and a talented singer and actress.
Shockingly, this pilot was not certified to fly the ill-fated plane.
Barry, when Aaliyah died for a wrongful death, he got paid $90 million for her death.
They killed her! And that's what I've been saying.
Summer before that crash, Diddy hosted, Jay-Z brought several Rockefeller artists, and Beyonce was still a member of Destiny's Child, barely 20 years old. If that image truly linked her to what insiders call the party that changed everything, it would explain why Lee became a target. The link between Diddy, Aaliyah, and Beyonce has been whispered about for decades. Some insiders say Aaliyah's growing independence and her willingness to expose the darker side of the business made her a liability. Others insist that Diddy's parties were notorious for blurred lines, music executives, celebrities, and young performers drawn into private situations they couldn't control. The Cessna crash silenced one of the few people who might have spoken out. A year earlier, Aaliyah had filmed Romeo Must was rumored to be dating Damon Dash and had reportedly turned down advances from both Diddy and Jay-Z. Not long after, Beyonce's solo career began to ascend. The overlap in those timelines is hard to ignore.
If they was in any of those freak-off tapes, if they played a part in any of those Diddy sessions, they don't want it to get out to the general public to make up their...
We know this much. Diddy is now a convicted trafficker serving over 4 years in federal prison after being found guilty of transporting women across state lines for illicit encounters. During his trial, prosecutors described a world of coercion, control, and hidden gatherings filmed for leverage. The pattern fits a long history of intimidation that reaches back decades. When Jason Lee started hinting that he had proof linking Beyonce to one of those gatherings, he effectively stepped into that same danger zone. Within 48 hours of teasing the story online, he was attacked outside a studio in Los Angeles. His phone was stolen, his laptop wiped, and the people who found him say he kept repeating one word: photo. Beyonce's team immediately denied the existence of any compromising image. They called it a fabrication designed to smear her name, insisting that she had nothing to do with Diddy's Hampton Circle, beyond ordinary industry events. But Lee's associates told a different story. They say he received the photo from a former security contractor who worked Diddy's parties in the late 90s. That contractor, now living overseas, allegedly told Lee that the image was real and that more existed, stored on a hard drive taken from Diddy's personal videographer when his mansion was raided earlier this year. When that claim surfaced, social media exploded. Then, silence. The account that posted the claim vanished overnight. This is where the connection to Aaliyah becomes impossible to dismiss. According to an excerpt from the 2021 book Baby Girl, better known as Aaliyah, a young witness on Abaco said the singer refused to
Jason Lee found beaten after leaking this Beyoncé and Diddy photo. The internet is in shock after reports surfaced claiming that Hollywood Unlocked founder Jason Lee was found beaten following the leak of a controversial photo allegedly showing Beyoncé and Diddy together at a private event. According to online sources, the image was shared briefly before being taken down, but screenshots spread rapidly across social media. The incident has fueled speculation about what the photo revealed and why it caused such a strong reaction. Witnesses claim Jason was attacked outside a Los Angeles restaurant shortly after the leak, though police have yet to confirm any official connection. Fans are divided. Some believe the assault was random, while others suspect it was retaliation for exposing powerful figures in the entertainment industry. Neither Beyoncé's nor Diddy's representatives have commented, and Jason Lee has remained silent since the incident. The mysterious circumstances surrounding the alleged attack have left the public demanding answers. Leave your thoughts in the comments, like if you enjoyed this video, and share it with others. Add it to your favorites to keep it handy.
One of my friends brought to my attention that people assume I was talking about someone in particular when I said that our wedding wouldn't be a secret. I definitely wasn't taking slick shots at anybody. If I felt something, I would say it directly, because you know I don't pump fear. So if it was something that I wanted to say it directed at somebody, I would have done it very, very directly.
Nothing about this dick is so special. When you give it to me, I don't feel anything special. So why you consider yourself so special? Boy, is this your ego that I should find a treasure? Nah, I wanna give you that. I wanna love you that. You're so we can dance, making me grow. So do you think this is the deepest? 'Cause I'm about to go deeper. Do you think you can hold it? 'Cause I'm about to do it faster. Oh.